Sorry about that, guys. Okay. Hi, guys. I'm Larry David. I'm joined here by Radical. We're casting the Dota 2 Europe Challenge. This is the grand finals between dd and Infused. Banning and Picky has just started. Radical, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, and they've already banned out Furion and Anti-Mage just to get right into it. Two heroes no one really wants to deal with. I'm not too surprised about those.
And the Anti-Mage in particular being a hero I don't really want to watch. I'm not sure how the viewers feel, but I imagine they feel the same way, so I'm always glad to see him banned. Prophet, I'm getting a little tired of that guy, but he's okay to watch, just more of a pain to play against. So, who had the first ban here? I guess Infused did, so
Yeah,
for that
Infused did
reason,
have the first ban.
that's why they banned the Anti-Mage, because I know they loved her on that. Link just so good at turbo farming on that hero. Invoker and Chen are the bans. So Mini not going to get his favorite hero in the Chen. I love seeing Mini play that Chen, so that's kind of a shame.
Sorry, I'm just getting Infused roster up so I can tell you who enter Infused mode is.
It's not Wagamama.
At your service.
No, I know he did change his name before this, but I did not see who it was.
Windrunner, the first pick, and Infused has been really successful with that hero, so it gives you a lot of flexibility, it doesn't reveal too much, and it's a strong hero, so not surprised to see it. That is going to leave heroes like the Night Stalker and the Shadow Shaman in the pool, though, and that's a dangerous combo to give your opponent.
Oh, Donnie is the one who changed his name to enter Infused mode.
I would expect to see at least the Shadow Shaman come off the board here. Slardar is the pick.
And Shadow Shaman. Can't disagree with those picks.
Slardar pretty much, the way I like to describe it, even if it's not mathematically exactly right, is that his ultimate is like a free double damage earned for the entire enemy team, or for your entire team on any enemy hero who's got that debuff on him. It's certainly a strong ability, and perhaps anticipating a Broodmother pick and trying to prevent that. It also will counter that Sand King fairly well, so two strong heroes that we've seen picked a lot already being, I don't want to say completely countered, but certainly there will be a reply from dd if they do pick those heroes.
Yeah, like you said, not only is Slardar a really good hero in himself, he also counters a lot of heroes that your team may not want to deal with. Rather than responding with him as a pick, you can just pick him up right away.
Yeah, and let's...
Vengeful Spirit and Mirana being picked up on the Dire.
So another hero that he counters quite well is Dragon Knight, and that may be what they were concerned about. Infused has run the Dragon Knight in the past. Wagamama's won some... I mean, frankly, he won a stomp with Dragon Knight the last time that hero was played, so I'm not surprised at all to see it banned. Oh, or to see the Slardar picked, rather, as a potential counter to him. And so they're going to go with the Mirana and the Vengeful Spirit. Still pretty flexible lineup, not really showing their hand too much.
Yeah, one thing that you can do, in Dota 2 there's only 2 bans, and even in Dota 1 there's 3 bans. And there's usually enough heroes that your first couple bans are usually just like automatic because you don't really want to deal with these heroes at all. For a lot of other heroes like a DK or a Broodmother, it's not really worth wasting a ban on if you can just take a hero like Slardar and just not have to deal with it, and if the enemy team does, you already have an advantage against them. Looks like the Radiant's going to take Venomancer for their last pick.
So they've already, Venomancer are a good pick up there. I want to say they already have 2 of their core farmers, heroes who need a lot of levels and farm, with the Slardar and the Shadow Shaman.
Venomancer's actually really good with Slardar. I've seen Chinese teams run a Slardar Venomancer mid versus a like CK CM, and they've just totally stomped the CKCM.
Yeah.
CK being Chaos Knight and CM being Crystal Maiden, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Chaos Knight, just a disgustingly good early game hero with 320 move speed, with potential for a 4-second stun, spammable at that, as well as the Reality Rift for some good initiation. Unfortunately not in this game yet, so we're not going to see his power, but if you ever want to see just how strong that hero can be and how how many different heroes are picked up in Dota 1, certainly check out some Dota 1 commentaries, Luminous as well as Nebula, over at DotaCommentaries.com, do a lot of those. And Chaos Knight is a very exciting hero to watch, but he's not going to be in this one, so let's talk about who is, or who else isn't going to be in this game. We're not going to see a Sand King. We're not going to see an Enigma. Well, the Sand King ban makes sense for Infused, because if you give an enemy team a Slardar and a Sand King, that's 2 spammable initiation stuns. Slardar having that sprint ability as well as probably the Blink Dagger or the BKB to get in there and get his stun off. Burst Strike having the range. So that's a smart ban. They wouldn't pick it themselves, but they don't want the enemy team to get it either. Enigma is the reply. Pudge is the ban.
Pudge again being banned versus Miguel. I'm kind of surprised people are doing that. I don't really think Miguel's a good Pudge, but I don't know if he's that good.
And there certainly are, well, I don't know how they would lane the Pudge, honestly, because he's not a strong laner. I guess they could solo and put Shadow Shaman in support. Nightstalker makes it to the final ban. Enchantress is still in the pool. I really think DD wants a jungler here. Let's see if they're going to go that route. Infused is pretty flexible. They could go anyway at this point. Tidehunter is the pick. And actually Tidehunter made it through. It's not often... Maybe a smart ban from Infused. They weren't sure who was left that they wanted to get rid of, so they knew they wanted that Tidehunter. And they knew they had that first pick coming out of the second banning stage, so they leave him around and they pick him up. It's pretty
on the
smart
topic of the Enigma, I feel like they just didn't want to, because the Dire are going to get the first pick coming out of the second ban, and they do have a Podom and a Windrunner who are both really strong solo lanes. It did feel like they were sort of leading into maybe an Enigma pick there, so I guess they just wanted to not have to deal with that.
My one concern for this DD lineup is they pretty much need a Blink Dagger to initiate, either on the Shadow Shaman or the Slardar, ideally on both.
If they do decide to run the Shadow Shaman as a support, they could pick up the Beastmaster there for some initiation.
Yeah, that actually might be a great pick, although he's not really needed right now.
They're going to go for the Weaver.
So perhaps they wanted to go for that hero all along. Beastmaster, the immediate reply. A very good hero versus that Weaver because of his lockdown ability.
And yeah, I was going to say I was feeling the Enchantress last pick for them because they're going to want to solo the Weaver, who's obviously a very good solo.
You got to give the late game edge strongly to DD right now. The question is, will Shadow Shaman and Enchantress be enough to hold on, and Venomancer be enough to hold on in the early game until Slardar and Weaver can get fat? And
what's going to happen here, I think, Veno's going to go with the Slardar, Shadow Shaman is probably going to be your mid, Weaver's probably going to be your solo in the short lane, and Enchantress is going to be their jungler. Really strong lineup.
Yeah, some strong lanes. So I guess let's introduce the players, and then we can talk more about the Dire's lanes. So we have Miguel on the Shadow Shaman, Link playing that Weaver, playing that Slardar, Angel playing that Weaver, Rise playing the Venomancer, and Mania on the Enchantress.
Alright, for the Dire team, we have Wagamama on Priest of the Moon, also known as Marana, Rezion, I think that's how you pronounce it, on the Beastmaster, Fishbone on the Vengeful Spirit, Mini on the Tidehunter, and EGM on the Windrunner.
In terms of how they're going to lane it, Wagamama is headed towards that safe lane, so looks like he's going to be soloing that one up. Roshan going to be taking that Beastmaster solo mid. Windrunner going to be soloing the down lane. And I think they're going to dual roam. Tidehunter and Venge, a very strong dual lane, or a dual roam combo between the Gush, the Magic Missile, and then once you get the Wave of Terror and the Anchor Smash. A lot of burst damage, a lot of chasing ability and killing power. Expect to see them roaming around. They're going to start off bottom most likely. Does either of them have a smoke is the question. Tidehunter does have a smoke, so they definitely want to get an early gank. Regen Rune going to be killed off by Vengeful Spirit bottom. No big deal here. Mania puts down a ward. If he spotted that smoke, that would be a huge boon for DD. I don't think they had vision of it. Teams don't always opt for an early game smoke, but if they do, you know they want to get aggressive early. So that's kind of a tell in that regard if it was spotted on Mini.
Having a Vengeful Spirit on your team, you generally want to get aggressive early. While his swap is good, he's definitely a very strong ganking hero. She, rather. So top lane is going to be Weaver versus Podom, both really strong solo lanes. There is two Vengeful Spirit and Tide are moving up top, though. I'm thinking there's going to be a attempt on first blood on the Weave apps.
Okay, I'm having apparently some audio issues. I'm going to try restarting Mumble real quick. Be right back. Guys, is my voice okay? Is it just Radical, or is it all of the noise in general? I need a little more specifics.
Alright, so Venture Spirit is stacked the top camp, is about to pull. Meanwhile, Tidehunter's putting some pressure on the Weaver, and him and Podom are both going at the farming. Weaver has just got his first CS though, so Podom is playing definitely very dominant right now.
Okay, I'm gonna try restarting my Dota 2, and you wanna hop on TeamSpeak maybe, see if that'll fix this.
Alright.
Sorry about the technical difficulties, guys. I am not sure what causes this issue. If anyone does know, I would love to know as well, because it's really annoying when it happens during a cast.
Connected. Channel switch. User joined your channel.
Have you got back in yet?
I'll be reconnecting shortly. Guys, how does Radical sound now? Does he sound any better?
Hello. Am I fixed yet? Anyways, while you were disconnected, you did miss the first blood. Venomous Gale went down on Windrunner. She tried to use the Windrun, but Enchantress was right behind the Venomous Gale and had the Troll Warchief minion. The net obviously lasts just long enough for the level 1 Windrun to be completely nullified, and after that ended, Slardar was in there with the Crush, and she went down no problem.
So, a big start for DD, and really INFS are the ones that need that start more. If they're not going to get it now, they certainly need it in the mid game. I
just want to mention,
Go ahead.
Beastmaster's courier seems to have been mid doing something. I didn't see what it was doing, but it didn't have the bottle on it. His bottle's still in his stash, so I'm not sure what the courier was doing mid.
I'm guessing that he accidentally sent it out to himself without the bottle on it yet.
Yeah, unless he was bringing him something else. I did see him using a salve there, but I'm not sure he wouldn't have just waited for the bottle.
I have to... Oh, sorry about that, guys. Re-adding the game source now. Jeez, just some technical difficulties here. I do apologize for those. Hopefully they are smoothed out now. If there are any more, let me know and I'll do my best to fix them. We should be all set here, though. Rise looking to potentially go on this Windrunner bottom. Just want to do a quick farm check. Link is off to an outstanding start. 23 and 10 on the Slardar in under 4 minutes. Over 5 creeps per minute, over 2 denies per minute. Really strong play from him.
He's pretty much has a free lane down there.
Yeah, Windrunner can't do anything, and that's going to be a concern in the mid game. Even if Weaver gets nothing, Slardar can carry through the mid game and set up some ganks and kills for the Weaver so he can get big. Miguel going to go down here to the dual roam, so pretty good play by the Dire. And that's he was trying to go for this rune at the top, but Beastmaster is going to pick that one up as well as the kill. Meanwhile, a push is beginning on the bottom lane. So this is what the Dire needs to do. They need that dual roam to pay off with some kills, shut down the Shadow Shaman, slow down his level 6.
Beastmaster is ever so slightly behind Shadow Shaman experience, and he's definitely caught up now.
Yeah, he's actually a little bit ahead, and he is opting for the Call of the Wilds. We've seen Chinese Beastmasters, so he's going for more of a gank style. We've seen Chinese Beastmasters sometimes opt for Inner Beast. It might seem like a later game skill because it is percentage based, but it's really good for pushing the lane, which has 2 benefits. It lets you secure the runes, and it also allows your team just to push towers harder. So he's going for the gank style.
Beastmaster does not have a very strong gank team, unfortunately.
I'm not sure why he wasted that Invis rune. I think if he just waited for a couple creeps, he could have hit level 6 and killed the Shadow Shaman.
I'm not sure if he had the mana for it, unfortunately, because using his wild axes there alone put him completely out of mana. And you can't you can only use your bottle once after you activate the invisibility rune during the 2-second fade time. So unfortunately, he could have used the gank happening mid.
As soon as I leave mid, there's a gank. Beastmaster in a lot of trouble here. He's going down.
You know, the whole family is coming in mid. This Enchantress is really doing some work.
Enchantress and friends arrive. They haven't gotten that bottom tower yet. It did take a good chunk of damage. Mid tower is in jeopardy. Shadow Shaman wards are dropped. Venomancer wards already being applied as well. They're only level 2.
Veno, Enchantress, and Shadow Shaman. A bit of a stronger push lineup than the Dire, who have nothing. More of a gank-oriented lineup, and like, you know, they have, you know, I guess it's more of a gank lineup. Really.
Oh, great tower denied by Fishbone. Really well done.
Almost died for it, level 2 Venge, but looks like he will get away from that Wildkin Tornado, which is surprisingly strong, actually.
Regeneration.
It doesn't actually say how much damage it does in the tooltip, but it lasts 40 seconds.
So in terms of farm, Link up to 38, Shadow Shaman, Miguel and the Shadow Shaman at 23, Angel at 17, Mania at 17. So 4 heroes getting okay farm, 1 getting exceptional. On the Dire side, Wagamama sitting at 33, Region at 25, EGM at 17, and then Mini and Fishbone getting nothing.
Angel's really not having a very good time top. I mean, he's got the same farm as the Windrunner who's being tri-lane bottom, so... I don't know, it's not exactly what you want from your Weaver. But they're, DD certainly got the advantage right now with their push lineup, so I don't think they're in much of a pickle.
It's not even really a push lineup, though, as they do... Or not, at least not a pure push lineup. They have quite a bit of mid to late game.
Enchantress, Veno, and Shadow Shaman it's free towers. I mean, I wouldn't say it's as all-in push as having like a Furion Enigma kind of thing like they did last game, but like they're gonna get some free towers from this. But whereas Infused has more of a gank or in lineup, some action top on Weaver.
Oh, the arrow just gonna miss, and that means Weaver will escape. Just not.
That was a nice effort, but
Wagamama just a second too slow with that. Perhaps overestimating the stun duration on the magic missile. If it was level 3 or 4, I'm pretty positive they would have gotten that kill. Meanwhile, EGM is running for his life. He's not going to be so lucky. He's going down. Another big kill for the Radiant.
Yeah, I feel like the Dire has a lot more of a gank lineup with like a Beastmaster, a Vengeful. The Tidehunter's also roaming around a lot on the import. Like, I mean, it's very like a strong gank lineup. I feel like DD does have a slightly better lineup in general here, though. Like, Slardar and Enchanted, like, they have some push, they also have some team fight. It's not as much as the Dire, I'd say, but, like, just in general, I feel like everything's a lot stronger for DD, besides that Weaver lane, but he's also being tri-laned. So,
but he's doing fine. He's got power. For soloing the Suicide lane, he's hasn't died yet. Has the power traits, has the Wraith Band, has the Ring of Basilius. He's trying to build a Ring of Aquila.
With the Windrunner as far as farm for a while. What the difference is, Windrunner lost her tower and is just getting ganked non-stop, whereas the Weaver's staying alive. So in that regard, DD's really just won all their lanes here.
Yeah, and at this point, what do you do? Because Tidehunter still needs to get level 6. Wagamama has some farm. I think it's going to come down to Wagamama being able to set up some ganks with that. You know, he's the only player that's really keeping pace with the Radiant's top farmers.
It's almost a 5k gold difference at this point for the Radiant. What they really need here is like a Podom arrow into a good fight, get the Tidehunter ultimate down. The Tidehunter's really underleveled.
At this point, Weaver is actually out harassing
Wagamama.
Weaver. He's in a little bit of trouble here. He's going to leap and be okay. He does have the magic wand. Meanwhile, action mid, some huge aggression on Venomancer. He's going to drop. Regen going to use the haste ring to escape and be just fine. Link opted for that Vanguard first. I'm honestly surprised he didn't rush a Blink Dagger. Vanguard obviously a great pickup.
He got the L3, the health ring early for the regen, but I feel like that was a bit of an odd choice, like you said, versus a Windrunner who wasn't harassing him at all.
Wagamama might be going down here top. A nice... if he hits an arrow, this could be a turner. Oh, a nice ultimate by Angel as the arrow was just about to hit. Angel teasing Wagamama in all chat. Wagamama with a friendly
they were actually going at it for quite a while, top, but there was some action on middle, so I looked away. But what happened was Weaver was just harassing the Podom. He Shikuchi'd onto him. I guess Podom backed up, he tower dived, and like you just saw there, he time-lapsed back to where the fight started in the lane.
I mean, how do you feel about the Slardar's item build? I kind of would prefer to see a quick Blink Dagger. They don't really have any solid initiation otherwise.
I think the idea there is that the enemy team does have like a lot of gank power. Maybe he was a bit afraid early about Shadow Shaman going down. Trading
immediate buyback from Wagamama.
Still alive. Oh gosh. He's gonna hold the Tidehunter. Oh. Is the Tidehunter gonna go down? He's very close to. Unfortunately, Weaver man down, has not been able to get Nia. Oh. That was unfortunate. Weaver almost picking up 2 kills for nothing there, but unfortunately Shadow Shaman was not in a position to get away.
So Wagamama buys back, but it doesn't look like he's going to make anything happen. Meanwhile, the bottom lane is being pushed. Mania doesn't have any creep, so he'll probably just take over an enemy creep here. Oh, actually, scratch that. He's got a huge army in tow, and now they're going to be pushing even harder. Action onto Angel. The Roar and the Power Shot, nice combo. They really needed to kill him. Shadow Shaman wards finally disappear.
What was Angel doing in the enemy forest over there? Was he just running around, or?
I believe he was running away, trying to escape like this way.
I thought he'd gotten away, but I had looked away. I was looking at what's going on bottom. They're gonna get that tower, by the way. Looks like it's gonna go to Slardar. Yeah. It's a lot of
that's not good.
But yeah, I don't know about. Look, the thing about the Vanguard is a lot of it's with the getting the early health ring, but he wasn't really being pressured bottom. I feel like I guess he could have gotten a Vit booster if he wanted to, but I don't think he's really going to use that regen. He's essentially just had a free lane. He's also picked up the Ring of Basilius. Don't know if he's going to build a Vlad's here. You know, pub star Slardar. Needs to get the Mask of Madness up, and he'll be ready to go.
Well, Vlad's is actually good if you're trying to push hard, but I don't think they need to. I think they've gotten enough pushing done. All they need to do is win some ganks and some team fights and hold on, and they've got this in, say, 10-15 minutes.
Dyer actually caught up in kills. Fishbone's gotten 2 kills recently.
Yeah, but the gold graph tells another story. It's over 6,000. If you look at the creep stats, definitely favoring the Radiant. Shadow Shaman to 58. Yeah. 65 for the Slardar.
Shadow Shaman, Slardar, Enchantress, Weaver, even Rise. Rise is just farming up the enemy Ancients right now. Everybody's just sitting on this like a massive pile of gold, whereas Beastmaster, Windrunner, and Mirana are all doing well on the Dire team, but they're certainly not doing as well as they could be.
4 heroes top. If Link had a Blink Dagger here, Wagamama would have died for sure. He doesn't, so Wagamama's going to be able to back out.
Rise is going into the Roshan pit to purchase something, actually. He got his Arcane Boots.
Well, that's happening. 5 heroes fighting top. Tidehunter's got the ultimate. We need a good Ravage here. He does pop it. Link might drop. Are they going to be able to kill Link? He is really tanky now.
I don't know if you caught that, but the arrow did hit the Enchantress there. Really nice by Wagamama. Looks
Weaver,
like Tidehunter's about to go down.
Yeah, Weaver's doing some work in the back line.
I think they're going to trade him for the Shadow Shaman. Maybe also the... No, Slardar a bit too fast.
Here comes Rise in for the feed. Really
sacrificing himself. Oh no, Weaver's about to get maybe a double kill because of his sacrifice. Maybe a triple kill.
Wagamama needs to get out of here. I'm surprised Wagamama didn't use the ultimate. Triple kill for... Oh, Enchantress actually claims that one.
Oh yeah, the Furbog champion, not even the large one killing.
Power shot will kill off Angel here. Nicely done by EGM. They really need to keep that.
I know you weren't a big fan of what Weaver did there, apparently, but it did pay off for him because that Venomancer ultimate, deceptively strong, did get 3 kills for the Weaver. Well,
yeah, no, it looked a little bleak there, but this is the danger when you're playing against heroes like Weaver and Slardar. They're pretty hard to kill off, and the longer the team fight goes, usually the better their lineup will do. Because Weaver can spam that Sakuchi, Slardar can spam those amp damages and the Slytherin crushes, and just generally be a nuisance. Both heroes.
As far as heroes that do well as long as the team fight goes on, Venomancer is actually a really prime example of that. While his ultimate's not fatal, it can't kill anyone, the damage it deals is frankly quite ridiculous. The longer the team fight lasts, it really gets out of hand.
Even at level 1, it's doing, let's see,
36 damage per second for 12 seconds.
It's doing like 450 damage, I want to... Maybe not quite that much, the factor in reduction. Still, that's like a level 4 nuke to every enemy hero. Plus it's over time, so they can't heal up while it's going on. So it seems to be, certainly worked out in that fight. And now they're going to try and push top. Realizing the Ravage is down, they want to push their advantage.
Like with the Enchantress heal, the Slardar just being Slardar, also having the Vanguard, Weaver and all his things he can do. Just in general, their lineup is such a sustained team fight, and I don't think Infused quite has, like, they have Tidehunter ult, they don't have like that Lich ult or something that can just devastate the enemy team instantly. I really like dd's picks here actually, now that I'm like really thinking about their team fight potential. They have a lot of chase, and they have a lot of like, they can sustain themselves while the Venomancer ult's going on with like the heals and everything. It's really like quite a deadly thing to be up against.
While 4 Radiant heroes are grouped up top, Miguel is busy pushing into the enemy base bottom. He is going to end up feeding these wards, but he did a third of the tower's health and damage. Podem ultimate is popped, but it doesn't look like anyone's going to go in. Link's got the sprint on, but he's not going in either. At this point, dd just wants this tower. They're throwing everything.
Tower for Weaver.
Yeah, Weaver is getting pretty strong. It looks like he might be going for... I guess he could be going for any number of things. Maybe a Vanguard, maybe a Hood, maybe a Lincoln's. We'll have to see.
This is the second DD game I've cast today, and they're really in top form. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to think of recent SK games I've watched and how well they did compared to now as them as DD. Like they're doing really well, and this is the grand finals, as you said. I'm not sure what's happened between them and their original sponsor, though, because they're all definitely very good players.
Yeah, I don't really want to speculate. unfortunately not sure what
Double
the reasoning
damage.
was for that split. Apparently it was mutual.
So Enchantress and Venomancer both have mana boots up. So like I was saying, just a lot of just can sustain themselves as long as possible. The Dire can, and just keep pushing with the wards and the Enchantress minions.
Wagamama not hitting any arrows, and they really need him to be hitting all of his arrows, so that's going to slow down their ability to get kills here. At this point, ldDOTA is content to just split push and prevent
Enchantress Impetus almost doing one-fourth of Wagamama's HP in one shot. That's a bit devastating.
Yeah, and he's got... This Enchantress is quite farmed. This is the power of a jungle support. Much easier time getting kills, as well as EXP.
Oh, Rise about to go down. That's not good. Actually went down to the Beastmaster Greater Boar.
Oh, and
double
fantastic twin shackle shot. That's going to be 3 kills, and this might be a push for Infused. Unfortunately, Shadow Shaman is pressuring this bottom lane. He's really just not letting them breathe. So what? Normally, when you get a bunch of hero kills like that in the mid game, you want to push, but they don't. They don't have the best lineup for it.
Though Weaver's already there pushing.
They're not going to get any towers off of this, which is a real shame for them.
They want top. They're pinging top. Not sure if it's going to happen. Beastmaster throwing the axes, trying to get the push going here, but he only has Podon with him. I guess it depends what the Radiant does here now that they're all up. I just want to say though, really nice Shackle from Windrunner there, obviously showing off the power of a Windrunner. Shackle's level 4 right now, so that's a 3-point. That's almost a 4-second stun on 2 people if you hit it properly, which is absolutely devastating. That can completely change a team fight, like you saw right there.
Yeah, let's take a quick look at how the hero's items are progressing. We do see Shadow Shaman picking up a Blink Dagger, so there's your initiation.
Shadow Shaman, the most farm person on the map. He's just been having the time of his life bottom there.
He actually hasn't been helping his team as much as you normally see, which is okay because, hey, they're not losing too many big fights besides that one. But up until then, they've been fine. Double Arcane Boots on the Venomancer as well as the Enchantress.
It is interesting to see a Shadow Shaman side pushing like that when obviously he's not a very hard hero to gank. But
well, now that he's got the Blink Dagger, it just got a lot more challenging. On the Dire, they're... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
A squishy, easy to lock down intelligence hero like Shadow Shaman just absolutely having the time of his life bottom, no one contesting him, is a bit of a problem for the Dire. I don't know if they could have been able to do something there because, like, they already lost that mid-tower and stuff. They couldn't really just collapse on him effectively, I'm afraid.
I think the issue is they can't win They can't win these team fights 4-on-4. They really need that 5th man. So they have to sort of give up whatever lane the Shadow Shaman wants to farm. If they go for him, they're going to lose the tower. Weaver gets hit by the Shackle, but Slardar being a menace in the front line.
Tower, actually. Very nice.
Oh, I actually missed that. But Mirana ult being popped. Unfortunately, it hits Tide. Tide is tagged with that Slardar Fairy Fire, or Amplified Damage, so...
Tidehunter and Podon were both tagged by it. Farming up the wards with Podon, that's a little bit of money for him.
Yeah,
he's only got a Power Treads and a Basilius, but he's sitting on enough to buy a Yasha or an Ultimate Orb.
Speaking of Power Treads or Basilius, let's finish looking at the item progression. So, overall the Radiant seems to be a lot farther ahead, and even their support's quite farmed. Venomancer with Arcane Boots as well as a Bracer, that's great for this early. Enchantress with the Arcane Boots and Point Booster. The Dire...
Saying earlier, Venomancer using his wards to farm Ancients, like the enemy Ancients, was a pretty good decision. It got him a lot of money.
Hey, come on, man. I'm trying to go over item progressions here, and you're really killing my thunder. Just to finish that one up. Mirana does pick up the Yasha, sitting on the Power Treads as well. But if you look at the supports on the Dire, it is bleak right now. Venja just regular Boots and Wand. Tidehunter and Urn Boots and Wand. Windrunner with the Force Staff and the Bracer, but that's really it. Beastmaster has the Blink Dagger, so that could be important for them. I mean, they really need these ganks, but it's getting to the point now where ldDOTA's getting hard to take down. Slardar's he's real tank. Shadow Shaman's got the Blink Dagger. Weaver's always hard to kill, and probably will be completing a Hood or a Vanguard shortly.
Like, I don't want to say Dire has bad farm, because they don't. Like, they've, in the last little while, they've actually picked it up a little on a couple heroes. I mean, Shadow Shaman and Slardar and Angel are all doing really well, or Weaver are all doing really well, though. It's not that their Dire is doing bad. They don't have the map control or the towers, and that's where Radiant's got a lot of their money. Just having that control so they can farm a lot of the map, along with the tower gold, is just so much. And Dire hasn't got a single tower.
It looks like Angel's rushing his relic. I don't think he's going to actually complete the Vanguard of the Hood. He's only 1,000 away. Once he gets that relic, it's going to be really hard for Infused to come back. They have to make something happen, and they have to do it soon. A Priestess of the Moon with a Yasha is not out carrying a Weaver with a Radiance and a Slardar. You know, and hey, there's a Slardar to worry about as well. He's going to be going for BKB next. They do have the Beastmaster, so he can ult through that, but there's just too many heroes to worry about.
I feel like part of the issue here... one sec.
So right now we see Angel sort of farming this bottom lane, milling around. Oh, he does go... Okay, so Angel is going for a Lincoln Sphere. I feel like he should have gone for the Radiance. He was only 1,000 gold away, and the Dire are on the back foot. They can't look... If you just look at the map right now, they have almost no towers.
What I was going to say about the Dire was, like, they had the Windrunner soloing bottom, but in return they kind of had, like, a tri-lane top. But they devoted a lot of effort to tri-laning with a Priestess of the Moon, which is not really, like, a strong enough carry. She's more of a, like, a solo kind of hero. Maybe like a duo, but she doesn't really shine otherwise. So I think part of the problem here is that... Sorry, Angel going down. That was good. Beastmaster blinked in for the roar.
So in case DD didn't already know, Beastmaster has a new toy.
Like, you just sort of have the issue of... like, if they had the Weaver farming top still, because Weaver's also a good solo, which Podom can also do as a solo, but they had these supports here that weren't really supporting a really hard carry that needs support. They were just kind of there because they didn't have anywhere else to be, because they wanted Windrunner to solo. And it just sort of puts you in an awkward position if you're babysitting someone who doesn't really need to be babysat. You just end up with people being weaker than they need to be.
That's true, although they did do a decent amount of dual roaming. I think the real issue is that they were running the dual roam, but they got out-ganked by the Enchantress. And I think that just speaks to the power of these jungle heroes. Well, Tidehunter blows ultimate just for Enchantress.
Oh, that
nice shackle shot.
Beautiful. And Vengeance there, yeah. Dire is finally getting the ganks they need. I'm not sure if it's too late, though.
But Beastmaster might be out of position. He's going to blink out and be just fine.
With with all the people they had top, though, I was going to say, you know, I'm not sure if this works in... Dota 1, but you know that you can pull like the easy camp up to your tower, one of the camps up to your tower, and then you pull the easy camp to your tower into the creep wave, then you pull the camp on the Dire side up to the easy camp where that's already been pulled. I mean, they could have been doing that to get like some extra farm and really give some Podom some more space, because I mean she would have had a fine time versus the Weaver.
Infused does manage to claim that tier 2 tower. Yeah, I mean I'm not sure how they could have laned it differently. I really think they needed, you know, giving up the Enchantress is just so huge because that jungler, it's not really just one hero early game. You have to worry about the creeps too. They do a lot of damage, they have disables, they can push really well. And what's Tidehunter and Venge going to do? They're going to be really good at ganking, but beyond that, not going to do too much.
Jungle heroes in the hands of someone who's an experienced player can be really devastating. In pub games, it's maybe not as much. Like you might have a Furion who just gets the Midas and farms a lot, but when you're playing a really coordinated game where you're able to force those ganks, having someone who's always missing on the map can be really like rough for the enemy team.
Channel edited.
4 here smoked up for DD. Looks like they're going to be going for a gank of some kind here.
Might go for Roche, but they're gonna... That's their Sentry Ward. That's enemy Sentry Ward, though, so that's still at the end of their smoke, I'm afraid.
Smoke gank is more or less over. They're going to try and go bottom. This
Slardar
tower did take some damage
Menor
before. Maybe they're going to push.
Yeah, Podom is not there, but I mean, she has a TP scroll, and the rest of the Dire team is all in position. Beastmaster's to blink away. It depends what they want to do here. Podom does have her ultimate orb if she wants to buy that. I think she's going to wait for buyback, though. Probably just buy the full Manta when she can. Hopefully they can win a team fight with that.
Mini is only 500 gold away from his blink. If he picks that up, unfortunately he's not going to get the chance now, as DD is aggressively going for the high ground here. Miguel getting a little bit low. Are we going to see a swap? It looks like Venge wanted that. Not going to get in range. Going to swap the Slardar.
Down. Link is really out of position right now.
Some huge chain stun. Shackle shot's not going to launch. Really nicely done.
Really.
Ravage to follow up.
Oh god, that's that Tidehunter roll was devastating. The Venom ult did hit 5 people, so that could not. If this lasts too long, they're all going to be dying.
So Infused strikes back in a huge way. They defend the tower. They can deny it now if they want, but I wouldn't recommend denying that base tower. It looks like they're going to go for Roshan. If they have a medallion, this will be an easy kill. If not, it might be a little tough. Windrunner does have the focus
Vengeful
fire.
doesn't have the money to afford a medallion.
Well, they do have the gush.
Windrunner does have one, actually.
This is another. Oh, sorry, we keep on talking over each other. This is another sort of benefit to that Tidehunter Venge. They do still have a lot of minus armor between them. The Gush as well as the Wave of Terror. Let's see, what is that? -2.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
-5. So that's -7 armor. That's over a medallion's worth of minus armor. So screw Slardar, and you can just pick up a Tidehunter and a Venge. Who needs that? That was a huge fight for for Infuse rather, and they're now firmly in the lead in terms of the hero kills. 16.
Tidehunter bought his blink. Like you were saying during the picks, though, Tidehunter, they did want to pick that up. Tidehunters are really, like that Ravage there picked them up 2 easy kills just because all the squishy heroes on Radiant just could not get away after they were like the big AoE stun, which gave dire time to collapse on them and pick up some kills on the Veno and the Shadow Shaman, I want to say.
Yeah, Shadow Shaman, despite his amazing...
Goldgraph, it quickly is back at 0, actually. Dire really pulled this back.
Weaver farming aggressively, but with that Lincoln Sphere, he's going to be real hard to kill. I'm really not sure about this Lincoln Sphere pickup because he needs another item to do anything.
Yeah, I understand why he got it, because Beastmaster's been picking him off ridiculous. Like, just every time Beastmaster blinks in and the roar already goes down after, say, like a Vengeful is lead in with her stun, and Podom gets the arrow, and it's just so much stun on the poor Weaver. But this is obviously the tournament edition, so the Lincolns does not give Weaver the bonus 10 damage, and I'm guessing is still affected by Urn.
I'm not sure about that. If anyone does know for sure how it works in the tournament edition, let us know. I'm guessing it works the way you were describing. If it's not
yeah,
like
I'm not sure if the changes, like, I know the damage is obviously not, I can actually look at Weaver right now and see he doesn't have the damage, but
yeah, then
the
I guess
block
it doesn't.
thing might be more of a, like a thing that's been changed about the item specifically. It might not be like specific to tournament edition, kind of like the well, no, it's hard to say.
Who knows? Either way, we'll find out soon enough. The medallion was picked up on
Beastmaster,
Beastmaster, by
the
the
only
way.
thing that's actually different about the Dota 1 tournament edition from the Dota 2 tournament edition kind of thing.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. The medallion was picked up on Beastmaster. That might be an indication that it does go through that urn, or that Lincoln Sphere, rather. Mirana Ultimate used to try and start off a fight here, but there's just nobody nearby. I think they spotted this Weaver, but he's long gone. And that's a waste of a pretty important ultimate, so... Infused gonna have to be a little more careful. Yeah, I did mention that earlier.
Reason. I think I clicked on Windrunner, but I was still selecting Beastmaster. Tiny amount of lag there. I'm not sure if you saw that.
Yeah, it seems to be okay now, so hopefully it stays that way. I wonder if Weaver will even go for Radiance now. It's getting kind of late for that.
Podom can afford her Mantis style. She isn't flying it out yet, but she has 2.5k, and she has the Aegis. I mean, Infused is looking really good here now, actually. Really managed to pull this back. I'm not sure how.
Well, that team fight is what did it. I mean, that was just a huge initiation from the Venge, the Beastmaster following up, the Tidehunter to really secure the team fight. And now they're going to be pushing this tower.
It was good. They got some pickoffs on the Weaver and stuff early with like when the Beastmaster got his blink. Delaying that Radiance really helped them win a fight there. If Weaver had a Radiance there instead of having to go, like he was saving for the Radiance, but they kind of shut that down. If he had the Radiance there, I think that team fight might have been a different story.
A bunch of action mid. Arrow's going to go in on a Shadow Shaman Illusion, so no kill for them.
That's unfortunate. Yeah, Radiant's all backing up here. They're feeling a little scared, but they do have the better late game, so I don't know how worried they are right now. It just depends how much Podom's refusing to buy that Manta style. I don't know why.
In terms of item progression, really just a point booster for the Shadow Shaman, BKB completed for the Slardar. That's about it. Oh, Ogre X on the Enchantress as well.
Does have a Ogre Club in his stash.
Yeah, so a little bit more farm for him. He's going for Aghanims. I'm not sure that's the correct choice.
Yeah, he
Might
gets
have
a
seen a
staff
Yule,
wizardry.
might have preferred to see a Force Staff or a Yule Scepter, a little more utility. As I don't think they're just going to be able to hardcore push this one. And that's really why you get the Aghanims, is just for the push power. It does give you
With the
some
way his
health,
stats
so
is
maybe
now,
that's...
there's no chance of him going point booster into BKB. He's definitely going for the Aghanims rush.
Yeah, so he does pick up that Staff of Wizardry.
Venge and Tide are farming up the Ancients right now. Let's see. There's a haste bottom. I'm wondering what they're going to do with this. Beastmaster's going to bottle it. Or not. He doesn't have his bottle anymore, actually. They're just leaving it there. It was ping. Tidehunter's not interested in it. I'm not sure what they're doing
They
here.
want Beastmaster to have this. But maybe
No,
not.
Beastmaster was pinging it. He Beastmaster kept pinging it and he left, but he came back. Or no, that was Venge's Spirit pinging it. Beastmaster doesn't have his bottle anymore. He's sold it, so I guess they just giving it to Tidehunter. They're not going to do anything with it. Rise still farming the Ancients. He's very dedicated to the Ancients.
Well, it is one of the nice features of Venomancer as a support. Unlike, say, Crystal Maiden or Revenge, he can safely farm up neutrals, even the Ancients, with enough wards, so saves a little farm in the lanes for your carries.
DD looks like they're going to let him have his tower, because Shadow Shaman's not in a position to defend it. He can port back, but he has his wards up.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Weaver, no, Weaver and Rasta are both side pushing, so they're just going to give up this tower.
Radiant's middle tower
Let's see if they go for the high ground here. Mirana did complete a Man Style and a Crystallis. Illusions do get the critical strike.
Rasta's back. Weaver's still pushing. Wards are down. Looks like they're going to defend this while Weaver tries to trade for that. Oh, look at the Dyer's bottom tower.
Yeah, I mentioned this earlier after the team fight. It wasn't deny range, but they smartly left it up. Good, because you can pop that glyph and it's a great source of damage in team fights, as well as giving you that vision of any invisible hero, so
Yeah,
pretty smart by
versus
them not
Weaver
to deny it.
especially. It makes it a lot harder for Dyer to get up on the high ground with the tower still up. Podom finally gets the Mana Style and immediately buys a Chrysalis. Probably going to build that Daedalus.
Radical, you have me muted because I just mentioned this 1 minute ago.
You did?
Yeah,
I guess I didn't hear
I'm
it then.
I'm just messing with you, man. But yeah, I did just mention that one. So is Enchantress got her Aghanims yet? She's been farming for a while now. No, I think she's been
died
buying
a couple times.
She's getting
And
close
maybe-
to it though. I don't underestimate the power of that impetus. That is some pure damage. That's another source of damage. I mean, I really think the Radiant have this late game, but Rana does have a nice lead at this point, so I don't know. We'll have to see how these team fights play out. I would expect them to push soon before this Aegis dies. You really want to try and get a little, either win a team fight or get complete map dominance, kill off these other two outer towers, maybe go for Rax, so
They
that
did
you can
force
get
that
the
middle
next
tower.
rush in.
I don't know, maybe they want the inner tower. They did do some nice damage on it last push. Venge has bought a gem, or yeah, she dropped it in the fountain, but she did buy a gem just now.
Infused is trotting right back down the middle lane. All 5 heroes grouped up. Tidehunter in the lead. Mirana ultimate is popped. Let's see if they try for a Blink Tide ult on the high ground. That could be game winning for them. Unfortunately, they don't have vision, and nobody's getting it. Power Shot comes out. They see Enchantress. Enchantress swapped in. Ult's being stacked, but it's not going to matter. Tidehunter ultimate only hitting Venomancer. That might not be what they want. BKB goes off on Slardar. Mirana doing a lot of damage.
Tidehunter ward trapped. Oh my.
Infused on the retreat now, though. This is dangerous. That Weaver is going to be cleaning up. I don't think that Ravage was what they wanted.
Venoult's still ticking down. 2-for-2 trade right now. The Aegis is still up. Oh, he got the arrow on Shadow Shaman, Shackle on Shadow Shaman. But now this is going to be a one-rounder down, I think.
She's got the Force Staff in 3 seconds. The Wind Run in 2. She might be able to escape. Needs the Force Staff onto the low ground. Is she going to do it? Perfectly executed.
Nice.
And the TP. Really well played. The bugs come out. That's not going to be enough. Overall, I have to say that Infused, this Aegis is going to be down soon. Once again, I forget to write down the time. I keep on meaning to do this, so let's try and do it for the next rush in. I think there will be another. Wagamama playing pretty risky here. He does have the Aegis, though.
Part of the problem there was, like you said, the Tidehunter only hit Venomancer, apparently. I didn't actually see it myself.
Yeah, it just missed, I believe it was Slardar, who then immediately popped his BKB and charged in.
Yeah, if they had gotten like a 3 or 4 man Tidehunter ult there, that would have been a totally different fight.
You know what else they really need? They need a pipe. I mean, I guess Tidehunter's going to go for it. Honestly, I think Beastmaster should have. You know, it helps him
He's
tank
getting
up.
the Assault Cuirass now. Or Shiva's Guard, sorry.
I see.
Bought the recipe, did not buy the... He had money for the Accolade staff, but he didn't buy it.
How do you feel about that? I mean, personally, I really think the pipe is so crucial against Venomancer.
I'm
Rise coming into feed. What are you doing, man?
He was trying to farm the Ancients, but he did not expect Infused to be just waiting there.
Infused gonna happily accept that free donation of a kill. If we take a look at our gold graph after all these fights, it is completely even.
Yeah, I feel like they do realize that...
They're a 200 gold lead right now, despite a 9 kill advantage.
They do realize the Aegis is going to be down, though. They're grouping up. They do want to do something. Windrunner's not in position, though. She's going to push top. Well, maybe they're... No, the Aegis is gone. They're going for it. This could be bad, because there's no towers for Windrunner to report to. But no, it looks like the Dire don't want to fight, or the Radiant don't want to fight this.
Well, they are down one. I don't know if any key ultimates are down. No, they're all up for the
Venomancer
Radiant.
is up now. I don't know. The thing was, I don't know if they saw Windrunner top, but that would have been a 4v4. And I mean, a Windrunner down versus a Veno down. I don't know. It might have been risky just because. Well, Weaver has his Radiance actually.
I think there's just too much minus armor in this Dire team. It's too easy to take down Roshan. Windrunner in a pickle here. Should probably just try and TP out now. Too much damage. She's gonna drop.
Beastmaster almost has his Shivas. Only needs a little bit more gold. Where is he? Oh yeah, he's farming the Ancient stuff. Gonna get that Shivas.
In terms of farm, Weaver is leading the way with 232. Mirana not far behind with 223. My concern is that these, and I think this is why the gold is even, is because the supports on the Radiant are getting a lot more farm than the... Well, no, I guess it's mainly just the Venomancer is getting a little more farm than the Avenge. Surprised Tidehunter's 81 creeps. I don't know where those came from, but good work by him.
He's been farming with the Anchor Smash, I'd have to guess. It's probably worth noting that between Gush and Vengeful Spirit's Howl of Terror level, that's negative 10 armor. The Medallion, that's negative 16 armor.
Yeah, so they have a Slardar of their own between all those items.
I know, I actually like that. I mean, that's a lot of negative armor, and I mean, the chances are Venge and Tide are going to be going on the same person.
DD's going for the high ground. They have all 5 grouped up, but Wagamama's got an Aegis, and he's got a lot of damage right now. I don't think they can do this, and it looks like
they
going
could,
to background.
they could go backdoor that.
Mirana ultimate is popped. Is there a sentry ward? I don't believe there is. Angel might go down here if there's any sort of initiation. They really want to kill him off. They're going to have to chainstone perfectly. A nice roar Angel drops. That's a big
VS
fight.
actually got the kill. Probably worth noting, VS dealing like 110 damage per attack is that Vengeance Aura, which is actually surprisingly strong with all the negative armor. That's like so much damage on the Dire team.
Yeah, and it's not just VS who benefits, it's also this Mirana who's got the Daedalus as well as the Manta style.
Yeah, like they have all this like extra damage because of VS and stuff. They have all this negative armor. I mean, I think we were underestimating the negative armor effect on the Dire team because they've clearly realized this.
Yeah, building a medallion, probably I want to say the best item pickup on their entire team, even more important than that Blink Dagger on Tidehunter. I mean, not really, but it's quite powerful.
That's a lot of ganking potential, especially when like Tidehunter can blink in. Haliter's got a long range. The medallion goes down. Beastmaster Roar. Like, there's just no way Weaver can survive that. It's like he'd need a heart or two just to survive that amount of damage coming down on him.
The only way for him to survive that is for someone else to eat them, and Weaver unfortunately was the lone man there. Ward placed on the high ground by Fishbone. If you're ever pushing...
That's going to be a mid-tower down, maybe.
If you're ever pushing, just take note of this ward. It's out of range of the tower, but it shows you where the enemy team is. Great for blink initiation. I think Tidehunter could go right now and hit 3 heroes, maybe 4 with the Ravage. EGM on the high ground wants Tide to come in. Only getting 2, but that might be enough. Link goes down. Rise goes down. That's going to be a Rax. That might be the game. Wagamama just absolutely cleaning up like a champ right now.
4-man. Oh my god, that shackle. That's totally changed the fight around. That's a beautiful buyback.
They're not going to get the Rex. I can't believe this. Wagamama going to lose the Aegis and die again.
Did you catch that crush? That was a 4-man crush that he walked into, I believe.
And he doesn't even have a Blink Dagger. That was something to watch. So Link showing perhaps why he gets all those viewers, second only to Dendi of the Dota 2 streamers. And the Dire's going to have to back. Their huge advantage is just completely gone.
Illusion.
The only thing that's really going for them right now is that melee Rex is dangerously low.
It's going to heal up, though, obviously. The racks do have a regen on them.
Wagamama, you know, I think if Tidehunter had gone sooner, there were 3 heroes. He only had 2 with his Ravage, and I think that was a big deal.
Yeah. The even bigger deal was that Tidehunter bought back, but I think if they had been able to get the Enchantress in there... who did I say? Yeah, Slardar. The buyback did a lot of damage there, like I said, with the big crush, but Tidehunter hit 2. Enchantress actually just ran out of it. It was very close.
So,
Weaver
DD
bought
pushes...
a Reaver.
Going for that sort of survivability, tanking... I think that's smart on Weaver. If he can survive that initial burst, he can ultimate
Shadow
out.
Shaman's also looking for a BKB. Enchantress has her Aghanims. Ramana finished the Daedalus. What else is going on here? Windrunner has her Sheep, actually. That's big. Beastmaster obviously has his Shivas. I'm not sure if he had that for the last fight, though. And Vinfil got a Drum. So everyone's got a lot of items going now. How long has Shadow Shaman had that Blink?
He's had it for 20, 30 minutes now. Had it for a long time.
I never noticed it.
I really think you got me muted, man, because that's another thing I mentioned quite a few times. Well, we're going to see a big smoke gank here from the Radiant, but they're running in the wrong direction from the looks of it. If they go for a huge loop around, they might end up losing their racks. I really don't think they have time for this.
I actually, I got this game confused with a different Shadow Shaman game, where he did not get the Blink. Now that I remember him getting it now.
Radical apparently a little intoxicated here. Vengeance Smoke is revealed as well as Slardar. Beastmaster blinks into 4 heroes. He gets a great Shiva's off. Link, how did that Shackle Shot not latch? We're going to see a Ravage momentarily. Link is down. This time he doesn't have buyback.
Beastmaster already blew his load, so to speak, so he did not really care about dying.
I think they should just go for the Rex. I don't know why they're chasing.
Venno going down, got his ult off. The arrow missed. They're going to get this tower.
No, they're going to get the Rex. There's 3 down. Slardar can't buy back. That's Rex.
Well, Weaver and Shadow Shaman are up. It certainly depends what they do here, because they don't have many ults up. They need to catch somebody. Tidehunter's actually got a Hyperstone just now.
Weaver's going to prevent this push by killing off the creep wave middle. I think this was a huge blunder by INFS. I don't think they even need to kill it off that Venomance. They could have just pushed with the creep wave. They're going to try to backdoor. Do they have the damage?
They
do have the damage. Podem hits like an absolute truck right now. So that's going to be the racks down. A good effort by Angel, but just not enough.
Yeah, that's not good for DD. I was singing their praises earlier. They were in great form, but they've really had some problems in coming into the late game here. Even the mid game.
I just think the Beastmaster and the Tidehunter have just, and the Windrunner, those 3 heroes have just gotten the better of the initiation. I mean, and the Dire really has more of it. You've got the Arrow from Podem, or from Mirana. You've got the Blink Ult Ravage from Tide. You've got the Shackle Shot Ginsu, or Scythe rather, 4-staff Shackle Shot from Windrunner. That's just like 4 forms of initiation in one. Beastmaster,
I know you like to
Blink
say how
Ultimate.
much initiation completely decides fights, and you can definitely see that here. A lot of negative armor, a lot of blinks, a lot of stuns is really causing problems compared to the enemy team. Slardar doesn't have his blink. Shadow Shaman does, but if he blinks in, he's going to die. He's not the best. He's not the best initiator. He can catch people, but he can't really start a fight on his own without dying, in my opinion. Mostly because Shackle is a channeled spell.
Looks like DD is on the verge of losing a game that they really, I feel they should have won, but you know, maybe their picks weren't as strong as we thought. I think if Link had gotten a Blink Dagger, it might have been different, though. I'm not sure he needed a BKB and a Vanguard early game. I think they were relying a little too much on the Shadow Shaman for the initiation.
Yeah, I know you've said this before, too, actually, I forgot what you said before. Give me a second.
Radical just falling apart. Can't listen to me, can't remember anything.
Had a few too many drinks before noon, I guess. And actually, I was not even awake before noon, so that's a lie.
Well, at least you're being honest, man. So it looks like the Dire may be looking to get some good wards up in anticipation of this Roshan. And god damn it, once again, I forgot to check when Roshan died. I swear to God I will remember next time. What are you good for, Radical? If you can't help me with that. No, I'm just kidding, of course. But oh, I also want to say the Shivas and Beastmaster. I didn't like the pickup when versus the Venomancer ultimate. You know, I wanted to see that pipe on him. But the Shivas is a really strong initiation. You blink on all the enemy heroes, you pop off the Roar on one of them, you pop the Shivas, the Boar is there slowing another, and all of a sudden nobody can move. And that really allowed Tidehunter to set up his ultimate in that fight. So from that regard, even more initiation. Pretty good way to go.
A lot of these fights do feel like dd is waiting to be initiated on instead of really, like, they're kind of playing to Infused, who has like all these initiators, and I mean, if you just wait to get initiated on.
Here's another form of initiation. Mirana ultimate. This is going to be a team wipe. This is really bad for DD. One hero down. Link shortly to follow.
Link
Ravage
was
applied.
the whole time. Rise.
Mania gonna drop. Rise
did get his
down.
ult off, but it's,
And Angel can do naught but run away.
that's not looking good. Mirana with the triple kill.
Wagamama strikes back after a pretty mediocre start in Mirana. Bear in mind, Wagamama is his team's captain and game leader, so in addition to playing the team carry this game and soloing, he is also doing quite an admirable job of keeping them organized in these team fights. And hey, there's another form of initiation. I didn't even mention that Mirana ultimate, so... What looked like Infused getting outpicked is apparently the other way around. Although I think it's mostly just them outplaying DD in these fights.
I want to say here, Slardar was thinking he needed to get more like carry-ish items because they were getting a lot of ganks off and they were kind of pushing in. But Weaver did not have anything really in the early game. So maybe he felt he needed to be more of a carry for the mid-game, so he went for the Vanguard BKB, because, I mean, they weren't having any problem getting fights, but, I mean, INFS just got, like, a couple ganks off, and they've been, like, they got the Blink Stop on Beastmaster, and, like, their initiation just snowballing, but I feel if, like, DD could not get initiated on one fight, they'd actually be able to do something, but, I mean, INF's gonna get the Aegis again. Not even sure Podom's used the Aegis this game, just been hanging on to it.
Okay, I'm gonna mark the time now. It is 46:30, 23 that Roshan dropped, so I don't think we're gonna see another one, but if we do, we will definitely be on top of that. So expect to see the next Roshan respawn at 56:30. There, I finally did it. High fives all around.
Tidehunter has the cheese, almost has his Assault Cuirass up. Like,
That is one farmed Tidehunter, man. He's got the Assault Cuirass now.
Yeah, he's got 100 creeps, 3 kills, but 19 assists.
Much like 3 heroes with 19 assists on INFS, actually.
Obviously, like the Tidehunter Beastmaster Vengeful Initiation is very apparent here, while Windrunner and Mirana have just been cleaning up. And Windrunner has 12 kills actually, and that everything on Windrunner, like certainly the Scythe of Vice and the Mechanism, are both very helpful.
The other thing that's really been strong for INFS in this game, and where DD has really struggled, is in positioning. One way to avoid getting initiated on is to be in the right position. For example, we saw Weaver was caught way out top before, just nowhere near his team. And we've seen they've all kind of been grouped up for this Tidehunter ultimate. At this point, it's so hard to avoid it, though.
Has a Deso. I didn't see him pick that one up.
Yeah, so opting for more minus armor, I like that choice. Slardar BKBs and walks in, gonna be completely useless.
Slardar, I don't think.
That's Slardar. Ravage comes in, 4 hero Ravage, almost catching 5.
Oh god, look at the melt. This Podom is out of control.
Angel can't even outright click Wagamama at this point. Wagamama Ward Trap, but it's really not gonna matter. They could just end the game now.
Not gonna happen. Gets the arrow on Link. Link's going down. Enchantress is trying. Oh my god. Enchantress just got forward-shotted.
Wagamama might drop here, but he's still got the Aegis. And
no, Angel's gonna go. Angel's dead. That's game.
Another buyback. Wow, really fantastic comeback and play by INFS.
So that was the first game, I believe you said.
It sounds like it might be the only game, but I don't see any Go Nexts coming out, so we'll have to see. I'll check with the organizer as soon as this one officially ends. But yeah, just a great comeback by Infused, and we've seen them do this before. I don't know if I did pass the game with Box, not sure if you got a chance to catch it, where they started off really badly with a Faceless Void and then just had a massive comeback.
I believe I did see that one, yeah.
So don't call them the Comeback King.